The single most common argument I hear in opposition to gun rights, posited with the mind-drubbing repetition of Chinese water torture by politicians like Hillary Clinton, and the mindless hordes of automatons that make up the leftist constituency, is that nobody needs an assault rifle. This unconscious demonstration by the properly indoctrinated of their basic pre-programmed responses, exhibiting a total lack of all critical thought, is, on its face, entirely devoid of rationality and is demonstrably fallacious. Why? Because America is not a need-based society. In this part of the world, we practice capitalism, and hence do not suffer under the oppressive privations instrumented under the various forms of Marxism. In this country, it is not from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs, but I earned what I possess. Furthermore, what I possess is not limited to what is necessary. Included is what I desire. What defines need? That which keeps you and your loved ones alive. By their own logic, you don't need a car. So the ability to purchase an automobile should be limited to those who are unable to provide food, clothing, and shelter without one. That eliminates every car in every city, as well as wherever public transportation exists. You don't need a television, cell phone, computer, or tablet, so they should be banned. Citizens living in warm climates don't need shoes, and they can go without them. Nobody needs to own their homes or land, so we can all be reduced to renters. We don't need name brand clothing, so, as they did in Maoist China, we can all wear rags owned communally by the collective. Your food doesn't need to taste good so long as it properly nourishes you. Therefore, everyone can consume the same mishmash of grains, rice, fish, and crickets day in and day out. One daily meal will maintain life, so there goes breakfast and lunch. Consumer goods, gone. Family photos, torched. Family heirlooms, confiscated by the state. But that's just it. The Second Amendment was not secured on the basis of need. It instead serves three distinct ends. The first is that the bearing of arms was considered an inalienable right bestowed by the virtue of birth that the state was unable to either grant nor take away. Next was the Founding Fathers' inherent distrust of a standing army. In the event of a foreign invasion, it was up to the citizens to form armed militias to be directed by the federal government. And how is it possible to defend against a militarily armed invading force without military-grade weaponry? Finally, and most importantly, an armed citizenry would be the last line of defense against tyranny. As Jefferson said, what country can preserve its liberties if their rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. A message to the leftist tyrants who would so gleefully rob us of our freedom and burn the Bill of Rights. You don't get to define what anyone needs. And you certainly don't get to employ the logical fallacy of necessity to subvert your political opponents. Hillary and other like-minded Democratic politicians, if you want to rid the world of assault rifles, why not start worming your way out of hypocrisy by disbanding your militarily armed bodyguards? Think of it as an exercise in trust.